Hi students, today we'll be solving NEET 2025 paper Biology. Question number 1, that is 91, match list 1 with list 2. So in this case, it's quite a tricky question. So first option, if you see progesterone, we should not be matching it with corpus luteum, but we have to match it with ovary. Relaxin, we have to match it with corpus luteum. Okay, and melanocyte stimulating hormone, it is with pars intermedia, and catecholamines, it is with adrenal medulla. Okay, so the only option which will be suiting down is option number 2. The next question, the blue and white selectable markers have been developed which differentiate recombinant colonies from non-recombinant colonies on the basis of their ability to produce color in the presence of a chromogenic substrate. So we have to find out whether the statements are correct or incorrect. The first statement, if you see, blue color colonies will have DNA insert. It is wrong. Okay, so blue color colonies will not have our gene of interest. So there the Z gene is still active, so beta galactosidase will be produced. And in statement 2, if you see, the colonies without blue color have DNA insert in the plasmid and are identified as recombinant colonies. So this statement is correct. Answer for this question is, first statement is incorrect, but second statement is correct. So the next question, question number 93, assertion reason type questions. First statement, assertion, cells of the tapetum possess dense cytoplasm, yes, and generally have more than one nucleus. This is also correct. So this statement is true. Reason statement, presence of more than one nucleus in the tapetum increases the efficiency of nourishing the developing microspore mother cells. Here, the developing microspore mother cells will later develop into pollen grains. Okay, so in that sense, the answer is correct. So this statement is also true and it is the correct explanation for the assertion. The next question, again match list 1 with match list 2. For this, so we are going to match the column 1 and column 2. So pteridophytes, if you take, it is Salvinia, heterosporous pteridophyta. Then bryophyte, we have Polytrichum, angiosperms Salvia, and gymnosperm, it is Ginkgo. Okay, so answer for this question will be A4, B3, C1 and D2. Answer is option 1. The next question, again match list 1 with match list 2. So chemical coordination and integration chapter. So in this, heart, if you take about, we are going to match it with ANF, atrial natriuretic factor. And next one, kidney, we are going to match it with erythropoietin. And GIT, we are going to match it with secretin and adrenal cortex for aldosterone. Okay, so the option for this is A3, B1, C4 and D2. Answer is option 3. Next question, who proposed that genetic code for amino acids should be made up of 3 nucleotides, triplets? It is George Gamow. Direct question. And next question, which of the following is the unit of productivity of an ecosystem? Okay, so here the answer for this is option 3. Alright, and next one, which of the following is an example of a zygomorphic flower? Okay, so this is also a direct question from our morphology of flowering plants chapter. So answer is option 2. And next one, 99, match list 1 with list 2. Evil quartet will be the causes of biodiversity loss. Okay, so A, it is 3. Then if you go for B, ex situ conservation, it is cryopreservation. Then C, if you go for Lantana camera, is alien species invasion. Then D, dodo, is extinction. So when you go for this, answer will be option 1. Next question, statement based question. So statement 1, in ecosystem, there is unidirectional flow of energy of sun from producers to consumer. This statement is correct. And the second statement, if you see, ecosystems are exempted from second law of thermodynamics. No, they are not exempted. They cannot unfollow it. They have to follow. So they have to follow the second law of thermodynamics. So this statement is incorrect. So answer for this question will be option 2. And next one, the protein portion of an enzyme is called apoenzyme. Okay, so all this will be coming under the non-proteinaceous parts. Okay, so cofactor will be including coenzyme, prosthetic group and metal ions, isn't it? So protein part is apoenzyme. And the next question, twins are born to a family that lives next door to you. The twins are a boy and a girl, so they are non-identical. First one, they will not be non-identical. Okay, so which of the following is correct? They are fraternal twins. This option is actually correct. Okay, so they were conceived through in vitro fertilization. We cannot predict this based on the content given. And second one, they have 75% of identical genetic content. No, if you take about HGP, it is 99.9% genetic content will be identical. Okay, even though for different human beings. And they are not monozygotic twins. Monozygotic twins means they should be identical in nature. So answer for this answer is 1. Next question, 103. After maturation in primary lymphoid organs, the lymphocytes migrate for interaction with antigens to secondary lymphoid organs. So what are the secondary lymphoid organs is the question. Alright, so thymus, no. Bone marrow, no. These two are primary lymphoid organs. Okay, so then spleen is a secondary lymphoid organ, Peyer's patches and the lymph nodes. Okay, so these options are repeated over here. So the answer for this is C, D and E, option 3. The next question, in frog, the renal portal system is a special venous connection that acts to link renal portal system. It is kidney with lower part of the body. This is the answer. So the next question number 105. Which of the following enzymes are not essential for gene cloning? So if you take about gene cloning, restriction enzymes, DNA ligase and DNA polymerase are required for gene cloning. So which is not required means it is DNA mutase and DNA recombinase are not required. So the answer for this question is option 4. So the next question number 106. With the help of given pedigree, find out the probability for the birth of a child having no disease and being a carrier. Okay, so if they are carrier, they will be carrying the mutant allele. One mutant allele they will be carrying. Alright, so now coming for in F3 generation we have to find out. Alright, so this is F3 generation. Alright, now we have to decide first of all, if at all you address a pedigree chart question, first find out whether the chart is following dominant recessive inheritance pattern. Among these, which one is the inheritance pattern followed, you have to find out. In case of dominant, there is no concept called carrier. If one allele is affected, also they will be affected. So here they have asked for carriers. So particular pedigree chart which is given to us is not dominant. It is a recessive type of inheritance. Second one, whether it is autosomal recessive or X-linked, that is sex-linked recessive, we have to find out. Okay, here autosomal recessive pattern I am just ruling off. Why? Because here if you see F1 generation, this woman is a carrier and here male is normal. Okay, if male is normal for this particular person, this is the genotype. If at all autosomal I am taking, capital A is the genotype, isn't it or not? If at all this male is given as a carrier, then we can take as this as the genotype. Okay, so if I apply this rule, and here for the female if I am applying this rule, okay, so the possibility of getting a male child affected will be ruled out, isn't it or not? This is not at all possible, this kind of case. Alright, so in F1 generation, this male is not given carrier. So only possibility is capital A if the disease pattern is autosomal. Okay, so with this clue I am ruling out this as well. So it is not autosomal. The disease given as sex-linked recessive disorder. Okay, now let us find out the content over here. Yes, moving on to the finding of F3 generation carrier person. Okay, so coming to the point, let me take an example of color blindness for that matter. So here the person is normal and here the person is affected. Alright, and this child is a carrier and this female child is also a carrier. Okay, and since the father is normal, it is X and Y, right? And since it is X-linked recessive, this male has got one mutant allele, so he is showing the trait. And the genotype of this particular woman is XCX. Okay, so now we are bothered with this particular parent's genotype. Alright, so we are going with XCX crossed with XCY. So the progeny of them will be XCXC, XCY, then XCX and XY. So these two persons will be affected, and this person is normal, and here comes our person who is in question. So in F3, obtaining a person with carrier, the probability is 1 by 4. So your answer is option 4. 1 by 4 is the answer. Next question. Which one of the following is a characteristic feature of gymnosperms? Straight question. The answer, seeds are naked. And the next question. The first menstruation is called menarche. So menarche is the first menstruation. Menopause is the last cessation of menstruation is called menopause. And question number 109. In bryophytes, the gemmae help in which one of the following? It is asexual reproduction. Alright. And the next question. How many meiotic and mitotic divisions need to occur for the development of a mature female gametophyte, that is embryo sac, from the megaspore mother cell? Okay. So the answer is 1 meiosis should occur and 3 free nuclear mitosis will be occurring. Answer is option 2. So the next question, role of the water vascular system in echinoderms is, so respiration and locomotion, yes, it will do. It will not perform the function of excretion or digestion. It will move the food inside, but will not be helping in excretion or digestion. It will help in respiration, locomotion. Alright, so the answer for this will be option 1. And next question, question number 112. Read the following statements on plant growth and development. First one, parthenocarpy is induced by auxins. Yes, it is true. And next one, plant growth regulators can be involved in promotion as well as inhibition of growth. This statement is also true. De-differentiation is a prerequisite of redifferentiation. Yes, first the cells will go differentiation, then it will go de-differentiation, and then finally they will go for redifferentiation. So in order to redifferentiation occurring, we need de-differentiation first. So prerequisite. This is also correct. Then abscisic acid is not a plant growth promoter, it is a plant growth inhibitor. And next one, apical dominance promotes the growth of lateral buds. No, this also inhibits the growth of lateral buds. So answer for this question will be A, B, C only. The next question, question number 113. Which of the following type of immunity is present at the time of birth and is non-specific? Direct question. The answer is innate immunity. So why can't insulin be given orally to diabetic patients? Insulin being protein in nature, it will get digested by the enzymes of the gastrointestinal tract. So answer for this question will be then. Question number 115. Which of the following equations represent the Pearl logistic growth of population? So the equation here is asked. Answer is option 1. dN by dt is equal to Rn into K minus N by K. So this is our answer for this question. The next question. Silencing of specific mRNA will be possible via RNA interference because of complementary double-stranded RNA. Answer is option 4. And next question, match list 1 with list 2. So answer for this, if you take adenosine is a sign, if it is ending, it is nucleoside. And adenylate acids are nucleotides. The next one, adenine is a nitrogenous base and alanine will be amino acid. So answer for this is A3, B2, C1 and D4. Answer is option 2. And next question, frogs respire in water by skin and buccal cavity, and on land by skin, buccal cavity and lungs. In water it is by skin, not by buccal cavity. and on land, skin, buccal cavity and lungs are correct. Okay, so the statement is false for water but true for land. The next question, all living members of class Cyclostomata or ectoparasites. Then question number 120, identify the statement that is not correct, which is incorrect statement we have to find out. In this, option 2 is incorrect because C-terminal region is constant region. Antigen binding site, if we want to have, it should be variable region, so it should be N-terminal region. Other statements are being correct. Answer is option 2. And next one, question number 121. Given below are two statements, assertion and reasoning. Here if you take assertion, the primary function of Golgi apparatus is to package the materials made by the endoplasmic reticulum and deliver it to intracellular targets and outside the cell. This statement is correct. Then reason statement, vesicles containing materials made by the endoplasmic reticulum fuse with the cis phase of Golgi apparatus and they are modified and released from the trans phase of the Golgi apparatus. This is also correct. Okay, but first statement is saying the function and the second statement is saying the phases where it is entering and leaving the Golgi apparatus. Okay, so both statements are correct but it is not the correct explanation. So answer for this question is option 1. So the next question, consider the following. 4 statements are provided here. First statement, the reduction division for human female gametogenesis starts earlier than that of the male gametogenesis. Yes. So in human female, the gametogenesis will be starting in the embryonic period itself. But in the male, it will be starting only from the puberty. And next statement if you see, the gap between first meiotic division and second meiotic division is much shorter for males. Yes. This is also correct compared to females because female, the first meiotic division will be completed during the primary oocyte stage and the second meiotic division will be completed only when the sperm penetrates. So these two statements are correct. And next one, C statement, the first polar body is associated with the formation of primary oocyte. No, it is associated with the formation of secondary oocyte. So this statement is wrong. Then statement number 4, luteinizing hormone surge leads to disintegration of the endometrium and onset of menstrual bleeding. No, LH surge if you go for, if it is increasing, it will lead to ovulation. Point number 1. And if LH is maintained only, this endometrium also can be maintained by corpus luteum. So it will not cause disintegration of endometrium. So in this, they are asking us to choose the correct answer from the following options. So A and B. Option 4 is the right answer. Question number 123, match list 1 with list 2. So here scutellum is the cotyledon of monocot plants. A is 2 and non-albuminous seed is groundnut. It is cotyledonous seed, isn't it? Then epiblast, if you take, it is the rudimentary cotyledon, and D, perisperm, it is persistent nucellus. A2, B3, C4 and D1. Answer is option 4. And the next question, what is the main function of the spindle fibers during mitosis? So to separate the chromosomes, it will be attaching to the kinetochore of the chromatids and pulling the chromosomes towards the poles. So answer is option 4. Next question, which of the following statement about rubisco is correct? So about rubisco, which is correct? Rubisco is the most abundant protein of the entire biosphere, isn't it? So it will be catalyzing the carboxylation of RUBP. Okay, so RUBP should be added with carbon dioxide. Okay, so that reaction will be catalyzed by rubisco. So answer is option 3. And next one, question number 126. Given below are two statements. The DNA fragment extracted from the gel electrophoresis can be used in construction of rDNA. Yes, correct. And smaller size DNA fragments are observed near anode end. Okay, so this is the positive terminal end. While larger sized found near the wells. So near the wells it will be negatively charged. Okay, so this statement is also correct. So answer for this question is option 4. Both the statements are correct. And next question, question number 127. Which factor is important for the termination of transcription? For initiation we need sigma factor. Okay, and for termination it is the rho factor. The next one, consider the following statements regarding function of adrenal medullary hormones. So adrenal medullary hormones, if you take, so answer for this question is B, C and D only. Okay, it will cause pupillary dilation, not constriction. Question number 129, histone proteins are enriched with lysine and arginine, basic proteins, basic amino acids, and histones are basic proteins. And next question, question number 130, genes R and Y follow independent assortment. Okay, if homozygous dominant round yellow produces phenotype round yellow, then homozygous recessive produce wrinkled green seeds, what will be the phenotypic ratio of F2 generation? The question is very simple. They are asking F2 phenotypic dihybrid cross ratio. Answer is option 2, 9:3:3:1. And next question 131, which of the following hormones released from the pituitary is actually synthesized by the hypothalamus? Answer is option 1. Antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin is actually produced by hypothalamus and stored in neurohypophysis and released. And next question, given below are two statements. One is labeled assertion and reasoning. So assertion, if you take, all vertebrates are chordates but not all chordates are vertebrates. So bookline exactly. Yes. So answer is assertion is correct. And reason, if you take, the members of subphylum Vertebrata possesses notochord during the embryonic period, and the notochord is replaced by the cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in adults. Okay, so here the answer is option 4. And next question 133, given below are two statements. Fig fruit is a non-vegetarian fruit as it has enclosed fig wasps in it. So, and next statement, fig wasp and fig tree exhibit mutual relationship as wasp completes its life cycle in fig fruit and fig fruit gets pollinated by fig wasp. So this is a controversial question. So here in statement 2, if you take, the first one part is fig fruit gets pollinated by fig wasp, it is given. In our textbook, if you see, it is given as fig inflorescence get pollinated. Alright. So here the question is a controversial one. Let us wait for the answer key. But as of now, we are going for the answer 1. And next one, 134. Sweet potato and potato represents a certain type of evolution. It is analogy and convergent evolution. Answer is 4. And next question, which of the following microbes is not involved in the preparation of household products? Okay, so household product, if you take lactobacillus, curd, then Saccharomyces cerevisiae, batter and baking industries, and here it is cheese. All these three are household products. But Aspergillus niger and Trichoderma polysporum are industrial product producers. So answer is option 1.